Hi everyone, I hope you all are good. So today I want to discuss about the another topic of green belt training that involves yield, and previously we have discussed about measurement system analysis. So I'll be starting with yield today. So what do you mean by yield? So yield is nothing but it means that the number of percentage of good products or services out of the total products or services produced. That basically mean that how many products are used actually, and what are the number of good percentage of the products which are non faulty, not defected, like that. So let's talk about the classic yield first. So classic yield, we can find it out with the formula of number of good parts at the end of the process divided with total number of parts started with. For example, 100 parts manufactured, 80 parts perfect. So 80 divided with 100, that means the classic yield percentage is 80%. Out of 100, there is 80% or 80 parts which were non-defected and which was perfect, which considered as a good product. Another one is first pass yield. First pass yield is nothing but it includes the number of good parts without rework divided with total number of parts started with. So imagine you have a total number of good parts, right? But there was some rework done and then it is considered as a number of good parts, right? So rework can be done in that part. For example, if 80 good parts are there, so there must be a rework done for these 80 parts. So we need to find out the rework is not done on the number of parts. For example, 100 were manufactured, 45 was failed, right? 55 was without rework. So 80 was total, 45 got failed and 55 was without the rework. So how it would be? It would be 55 over 100. So that would be 55%. Another one is rolled throughout yield. So rolled throughout yield is nothing but it includes step 1, step 2, step 3. For example, all the yields we have and we have to multiply it. For example, you are getting 90%, 90%, 90%. You have to get 0.9, 0.9, 0.9, that is 0.59, right? So multiplying all the classic yields, first pass yield leads to rolled one. So this is a rolled throughout yield. What is sigma shift? You see the accuracy score of the graph, right? So sigma shift is nothing but, see, you got something, some response, and initially it was something else. So this is one of the terminology which means that there is a sigma shift. That means initially the sigma value was something else, now the sigma value has improved or increased. So that means there is a sigma shift of the value. Just the concept. I hope you are sure or confirmed on the yield part. So next we have of DU. So DU is nothing but defects, unit, defectives and opportunities. I am sure that you must have heard about this before in our yellow belt training. So DU is nothing but defects, units, defects, defectives and opportunities. Let's talk about it. Don't get confused here. See, we have this form including 8 parameters, right? Number of units, that means a one form. That's a number of units. So what is the number of units? It's 1 we have. One form. Opportunity of errors, that means 8 exists in the form. Opportunity of errors. Errors can be there in all the 8 parameters. That is opportunity for errors. Defects. For example, 2 are defected. 2 parameters are written wrongly. So that means it includes defects. And what is defective? For example, there are more than 3 parameters are faulty. So that means the whole unit is defective, right? So as discussed, here is 2. So it's not defective. It's fine, right? A unit can have multiple defects, but it can only defected or non-defective. So it's non-defective since only 2 defects are there. Find out. What is USL and SL? USL and LSL. For example, you have upper limit, you have lower limit. If you have increased the boundary out of it, beyond these limits are considered as a defect. For example, there are 8. Let me show you the example. Suppose there is a graph, there is a line, there's an average line going on. For example, your graph is going above, right? For example, your graph is going so this is USL, this is LSL, for example, it's beyond this. So it's a upper limit going beyond, and it's a lower limit, so beyond, going below of this line that is going down. So that means this whole graph or this whole data is defected. So that's considered as a defected part. For example, if the data is going like this, that means it's inside only. So that is USL and LSL. Within the LSL and USL, it is considered as this. So this is what it is. I hope this is clear to you. So we'll be discussing about the analyze phase in our next video.